Hello and welcome to the Rhythm and Roots Show with Rohan and Al of the Dublin City Rounders, your weekly dose of ragtime, music hall, bluegrass, country blues, early jazz, western swing, and more. We got live sessions and interviews with guests local and around the world, recorded at Beardfire Studio, Dublin, Ireland. Be sure to like Rhythm and Roots on Facebook, catch up with the podcast on Spreaker.com, and don't forget you can become a Rhythm and Roots Patreon patron today. Now enjoy the show. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You're all very welcome to Rhythm and Roots on Near FM 90.3 on this Friday. How are you, Al?
I am good. How are you, Rohan?
I'm very good as well. What a coincidence. We've got a great show for you good people today. Later in the show, we've got some Duke Dimez ahead of his... I guess it's kind of like a headline show with Crack Cartel, the Crack Den, taking place at the Underground tonight. Do get down to that if you like your hip-hop. And also we've got some brand new music from Amy Ellen, and we're going to, in order to celebrate Martin McDonnell's hugely successful show at Whelan's last week, we're going to take a little trip back to the very first show, the very first day that we met Martin McDonnell. He appeared on Rhythm and Roots on Near FM back in March last year, almost a year ago.
He was just a wee lad.
He was just
17, I guess. He cut his hand on the door coming in.
That's right. Still managed to play the guitar, and he performed a rendition of his first single, Hold Me Tight. So yes, it's later in the show. You can listen back to our original interview with him almost a year ago to celebrate his recent successes and the release of his third single, Leaves Me Wanting More. But before all that, we're going to listen to a little bit of old-timey music. We're going to get started with some Harry Champion, champion of the, what's it called, Music Hall?
Yes.
This is Harry Champion with I'm Henry VIII, I Am.
You don't know who you're looking at, now just you look at me. I'm a bit of a knob, I am, belong to royalty. I'll tell you how it got about, I married Widow Birch. I was King of England when we trotted out to church. Outside the people started shouting hip hooray. Said I go down upon your knees, it's coronation day. I'm Henry VIII, I am. Henry VIII, I am. I got married to the widow next door. She'd been married 7 times before. Everyone was a Henry. She wouldn't have a Willie or a Sam. I'm a race old man named Henry. Henry VIII, I am. I left the Duke of Cumberland, a pub up in the town. Soon with 1 or 2 monarchs, I was holding up my crown. Seated on the bucket, what the common call their own. Surrounded by me subjects, I was sitting on the throne. Up came the potman, he said, now get off to bed. Said I, now say another word, and off go your head. I'm Henry VIII, I am. Henry VIII, I am. I got married to the widow next door. She'd been married 7 times before. Everyone was a Henry. She wouldn't have a William or a Sam. I'm a race old man named Henry. Henry VIII, I am. The undertaker called unto the wife, I heard him say, have you got any orders, mum? We're very slack today. I picked up number 7 for you, for the Golden Gate. Let's have a pound upon account of Henry VIII. Oh, when he measured me with half a yard of string, I dropped upon me marrow-bones and sang God Save the King. I'm Henry VIII, I am. Henry VIII, I am. I got married to the widow next door. She'd been married 7 times before. Everyone was a Henry. She wouldn't have a Willie or a Sam. I'm a race old man named Henry. Henry VIII, I am.
a night in June. Give me a summer moon. Give me a hammock built for two. Gee, it's mighty cozy, side by side with you. Rocking up in the air, rocking away our care, rocking until our hopes come true. Everything looks rosy, how can we be blue? Swinging in a hammock underneath the trees, just you and I together, swaying in the breeze. And we'll be listening to a bluebird singing up above. He says he'll be the lookout while we're making love, as we go high-low, playing peekaboo with all the stars up in the sky. High-low, in a cradle made of dreams, we'll watch the clouds roll by. Nearest thing to heaven that I ever knew is swinging in a hammock all alone with you. Swinging in a hammock underneath the trees, just you and I together, swaying in the breeze. And we'll be listening to a bluebird, oh, hear him, he's singing up above. Ah, he says he'll be the lookout while we're making love, as we go high-low, playing peekaboo with all the stars up in the sky. High-low, in a cradle made of dreams, we'll watch the clouds roll by. Oh, the nearest thing to heaven that I ever knew is just a swinging in the hammock all alone with you.
Schwingen in der Hammock, or in English, Swinging in a Hammock, by Lee Morse there. Swinging in a hammock with you. I'd love to be swinging in a hammock with you, Al.
Yeah, the last time I swung in a hammock was Bloom in the Park 2019.
Well, Bloom in the Park, if you don't mind if I do. I'm a Bloom in the Park. It sounds like an exclamation, doesn't it?
Does,
an
yeah.
old-timey exclamation. Someone tells you some shocking news. Well, Bloom in the Park. Yeah, you did swing in a hammock. That was actually quite fun.
That was good, yeah.
I think I swung in a hammock.
Hammocks
Hammock?
for sale.
The hammock?
I'm a little bit...
Scottish.
Yeah, we have a Scottish song coming on later. I think it might have rubbed off on me. But yeah, they had hammocks for sale. They also had zip lines.
Zeppelins, Al. It's pronounced Zeppelins.
Led Zipline.
Led Zipline.
I can't believe we have a radio show.
My favourite band is Led Zeppelin. Right, what am I doing? Oh, Amy Ellen. Amy Ellen.
Yeah.
Well, Amy Ellen. Sounds like another exclamation, doesn't it?
I bet she's so glad to be on this show.
Amy Ellen has a new song. It's called It's Time. This is a bit of a preview because it's actually it's only going to be released on the 6th of March, which it is not yet. It is Friday the 28th of February.
Unless you're listening to this on the 6th of March, in which case it is.
Of course, yeah. And in which case it's out, and you can go listen to it right now on Spotify. However, for everyone else, it is not out yet. It is out on the 6th of March, Amy Ellen's second single. And she is doing a show, if you want to catch her wonderful live performance, in the Tramline as a co-headliner with Sirens. Sirens who we've had on the program before, who are absolutely wonderful. So it should be an excellent show that night on the 3rd of April, that is. So it'll be announced properly soon. Tickets will be available very, very shortly. So I don't, if they're not out already, just wait a little bit. But yeah, 3rd of April, do not forget to get down to the tramline and see an excellent live performance from Amy Ellen and Sirens. And do enjoy this preview. I think this very first airing of this brand new track from Amy Ellen. This is It's Time.
People say your love won't last. People say that I learned the hardest way. People say I'm honest, but I want you, I don't need you. Isn't that what you said? You knew better than to mess with my head. It's time, it's time you knew. Try to tell you all those thoughts roaming in my mind. Try to resolve you from the fear on the other side. Try. Do people think I live in the past? Do people think that I am too blind to see? Do people think I'm lazy? Don't want you, don't need you. I guess that's what you said. You knew better than to get in my bed. It's time you knew. Oh, it's time you knew. Try to tell you all those thoughts roaming in my mind. Try to resolve you from the fear on the other side. Try. Set me free from this pain inside. Set me free 'cause I know it's Try to tell you all those thoughts rolling in my mind. Try to reserve you from the fear on the other side. Try. Set me free from this pain inside. Set me free 'cause I know it's time.
It's Time there from Amy Ellen, out March 6, 2020. Wonderful, wonderful song. She met all her bandmates through the BIM Academy, and she's opened for the likes of Emma Langford, big deal, Layla Jane as well, a good friend of the show, and yeah, she headlined the Underground back in November 2019 for the launch of her debut single My Heart, which we of course played on the show as well. So we're going to have a listen back to an old-timey track again. This is Harry Lauder, or Harry Lauder. How do you spell that?
Lauder.
I think it's Lauder.
Probably. Let us know.
Jim Lauderdale spells it like
that. Is that how it is?
Yeah. Okay, so this is a little Scottish song. Al kind of foreshadowed this a little earlier by accidentally speaking Scottish. This is a song called Just a Wee Jock and Joris.
Well, how are you getting along, boys, eh? Of course, the way I tell you this, it's the general rule sometimes, where there are one or two or three or four or more Scots gathered together, before we part, we have a wee joke and Doris. There's a good old Scottish custom that has stood the test of time. It's a custom that's been carried out in every land and clime, where brother Scots forgether. It's aye the usual thing. Just before we say good night, we fill our cups and sing. Just a wee jock and Doris, just a wee drop that's all. Just a wee jock and Doris, before we gang awa. There's a wee wifey waiting in a wee button bin. If you can say it's a brobrecht moonlicht nicht, well you're all right, you can. Just a wee jock and Doris, just a wee drop that door. Just a wee jock and Doris, before we gang awa. There's a wee wifey waiting in a wee button bin. If you can say it's a brobrecht moonlicht nicht, well you're all right, you can. I like a man that is a man that's straight and fair, a sort of man that will and can in all things do his share. I like a man, a jolly man, the sort of man, you know, the chap that slaps your back and says, man, jock, before we go. Just a wee jock and Doris, just a wee drop that's all. Just a wee jock and Doris, before we gang awa. There's a wee wifey waiting in a wee button bin. If you can say it's a brobrecht moonlicht nicht, well you're all right, you can. Just a wee jock and Doris, just a wee drop that's all. Just a wee jock and Doris, before we gang awa. There's a wee wifey waiting in a wee button bin. If you can say it's a brobrecht moonlicht nicht, well you're all right, you can. I'll invite you some other night with your sweetheart and your wife, and I'll guarantee we'll have the grandest time in all our lives. We'll have the bagpipes curling, we'll make the rafters ring, and just for the sake of old lang syne, we'll fill our cups and sing. Just a wee jock and Doris, just a wee drop that's all. Just a wee jock and Doris, before we gang awa. There's a wee wife waiting in a wee button pen. If you can taste the brobrecht moonlight neck, well, you're all right, you can. Good mix.
Hey there, me hearties.
Every little kid adores. They like him even better than old Santa Claus. He's the greatest man his country ever knew. Gee, you ought to know who I'm referring to. Popeye the Sailor Man, Popeye the Sailor Man. Everybody knows his Goyle. He's a well-known olive oil. Popeye the Sailor Man, fights like no one can. Who can shock like dynamite? Who can love like he can fight? Popeye, Popeye, what a sailor man! Kisses Olive's cheek, she stays black and blue for a week. Popeye the Sailor Man, oh boy, what a man. Doesn't smile and doesn't frown. All he says is blow me down. Popeye, Popeye, what a sailor man.
The Sailor Man by Billy Murray there. So what's the story with that? Do you know, did that come out before or after the show, or how does it work?
I think the song came out before the show, but maybe there were like comics or something. It sounds like Popeye was a character before that song, definitely.
Because
so, like,
all the references are in there. That
was pretty old though.
That sentence gotta finish.
It kind of just trailed off.
It just kind of trailed off, which is what it was really good on the radio. You know, lots of silence,
that's
lots of trailing
all
off.
that media training really paying off there.
So, but no, there was a line in it where he said, when he kisses her on the cheek, it leaves her black and blue for a week.
Yeah.
Which is quite disturbing.
Yeah, some weird kind of implications there, but let's not think about it too much.
Well, I want to think about it. I can't stop thinking about it. That's really odd.
Yeah.
So the idea is he's so strong that even a kiss hurts, which is
I think
kind of like a funny idea, but when they put it like that...
Yeah, I know.
It doesn't... Anyway, we're going to have a little listen to a song called My Wife and My Sweetheart Too, which is a song about polygamy or polyamory. Polyamory? Who knows? No one knows how to say it. But yeah, Earl and Joyce Songer, very wonderful man and woman. I was going to say husband and wife duo.
They're also a man and woman.
They are also a man and woman. Good point. From the 1950s. And Joyce Songer in particular, with her radical guitar solos, one of the first proponents. The electric guitar had only just been invented, and she was already rocking away. I can't talk at all.
No, I think you became like South African for a brief moment there. Yeah,
electric guitar. Chappie. So yeah, this is one of Chappie's favourite songs. It's a little... In fact, Die Antwoord were inspired by this song. It's called My Wife and My Sweetheart Too. When we come back, we'll have the interview with Martin McDonnell and lots more great tunage. Catch you soon.
Some men have a darling wife and have a happy home, while some men have no wife at all and live the life alone. I feel that I'm a lucky one, I'll tell the world I do. For I married me a darling wife and I have a sweetheart too. All my heart, my wife and sweetheart too. And when I'm with my darling wife, she's always so happy. And when I'm with my sweetheart, much happiness I find. I'll build a cottage for them both with the roses around the door. For I love them both with all my heart. What could be worth more? Sweetheart too. And when I'm with my darling wife, my sweetheart feels so blue. They say you cannot love but one, but I know that is not true. For I love them both with all my heart, my wife and sweetheart too.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. You're all very welcome back to Rhythm and Roots on Near FM 90.3 on this Friday evening. I am here in studio, joined by the one and only Martin McDonnell. Got his name right. I called him Michael just a second ago as we were practicing to do this. Hello, Martin.
Hi, how are you? Thanks for having me. First of all,
not at all. No.
This was really cool.
Absolute pleasure. I saw you. I think it was one of your busking videos, one of your Grafton Street videos.
Yeah.
I wish I could remember the song. It wasn't Take on Me because I still haven't seen that. I got to see your Take on Me.
Yeah.
But it was something. It was unreal, and
thank you.
I tell you what, like, because we'll get into it now in a minute. But you've only really been. First of all, you're 17 years of age, young man. You have only really started seriously getting into music since August 2018, which is only, 5, 6, 7 months ago or something like that. And however you're doing it, keep doing it, because I on Facebook, Instagram, I saw you popping up here and there. I saw people sharing, people who I know sharing your stuff.
Yeah.
And like everything, I ignore things 3 or 4 times.
I'm just as bad. It's fine.
I'm like, all right, okay, this guy, he's turning up everywhere. I've got to have a look. And I was like, damn, that's all right.
Thank you.
So I got in touch with you, didn't I? And and got you on the show. So thanks so much for coming in.
Again, thanks very much for having me.
Not at all. Absolute pleasure. So, as we mentioned there, you started in August, but you said you're singing in choirs from a young age. When did you start singing?
So I think, well, my dad said since I was able to start talking, and I'd sing little things like, oh, he's alright, and then he's alright, he's gone.
Literally a baby.
But I always liked music. I always liked singing because I think it was the only thing I was good at. So I was like, I kind of have to enjoy this. And then for my communion, I sang Amazing Grace, which my nan was like, oh, I should learn the song. I was like, okay, because it was the only song I knew for a long time. I knew the one song. Even if she used to go down little religious pilgrimage trips down the country, I'd go with her. So I'd be on the bus with a bunch of old people sing the song, sing Amazing Grace. So I'd sing it, and then it was on a Monday, we'd in school we'd tell the teacher what we did that weekend. I was like, I'm on YouTube, how famous am I? Like my two aunties are seeing my video. Is that
video still on YouTube?
Yes. It's I'll
be hopping on YouTube later on. What's it called? How do we find it?
The worst name ever. Amazing Grace, sung by 8-year-old kid, because I was like, I don't want anyone knowing my name. No one's gonna find out who I am.
Everyone's gonna think your name's Kid.
8-year-old kid.
Sang by 8-year-old kid.
I think that's gonna hold up in 20 years though. This is 8-year-old kid.
Aging disease, man.
So I showed my teacher that, and I remember she was like, oh, I checked it out, it was really good. No, I didn't think she actually watched. I was like, oh, cool. So she made me go into the class next door. She's like, Martin's going to sing a song. I was like, oh, I am.
Oh, no.
So I did, and then I was in the choir ever since, every single year, because I do it in secondary school as well. Now, in the school,
so it continued?
It continued because a guy who was a year ahead of me, when I was in first year,
he told the teachers.
He had to sing Amazing Grace. He was like, hey, you know what? I know a guy. So I got
roped. He palmed it off onto you.
Yeah, he palmed it off to me. So since second class, every year, well, it's a joke now, because the principal would be like, so we have mass come on. I'm like, I'm not doing it. And then okay, fine, I'll do it, because we have no other songs to do. So I'll do this song. And everyone's like, oh my God, here we go again.
Michael again with Amazing
Grace. Michael, Amazing Grace.
8-year-old kid. How many names we got to go through? So... Martin, his name's Martin. Rohan, get it together. We know you've got the flu. Can't be forgetting people's names. Michael McDonnell is his name.
Martin McDonnell.
Martin McDonnell. Jesus Christ. How did Rohan lose his mind? When was the exact point? At least it's being recorded.
So there was no drugs involved in making this interview.
Oh, unfortunately not. It's just pure tiredness. Well, I've just got no excuse, do I? Martin.
Yeah.
Martin. Hello. This is just deteriorated so much. I love it. Oh, this is classic. So anyway, the weird thing is, because we bumbled over that so much, I don't even know if it got across what the whole thing was. You sing every year.
Every year I sing Amazing Grace. I'm an 8-year-old kid, and I go by Michael every now and then.
But when is it? Is it at Christmas or something?
So it changed. I swear to God, it changed every year.
Right, okay.
Every year, I'd say a week before, they'd be like, "Oh yeah, there's a mass next week. You should probably get about 6 songs together."
Multiple times per year.
I'd say twice per year, maybe. And then Christmas, we'll have a Christmas thing. At the start of the year, we'd have an awards in the school. But I enjoy doing it because I don't.
Did you ever win any of the awards?
No, it's just for academic things, which I'm off. Actually, no. In fairness, I got a special award for music once, which is actually pretty cool because there's no.
Because they don't actually do music at your school.
No, there's no music in the school. Yeah, but it's. I think it's kind of good that we don't, because we pick our songs. So, well, for religious things, it's kind of, we don't really, but for when we can play our own things at reward ceremonies, we pick our own songs, which is kind of cool. And I'd say if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't be doing it on mics, because that kind of helps confidence when you're singing in front of a bunch of lads. Amazing Grace, it kind of hardens the skin a bit.
Yeah. You've started it the most difficult.
It's not the coolest song you could sing.
So in terms of gigs, you're talking about, obviously you've been doing a lot of busking in the last few months.
Yeah, I've been doing busking, which is good for kind of earning money, I suppose. It's better than getting a little part-time job.
Absolutely.
And I'd say for most of the time I'm doing open mics. I didn't go busking for a while because I was kind of focusing on the open mics. But I'll be in tomorrow. I'm usually every Saturday. I like to go in kind of early and then kind of get a few hours and get out, because if you go in at like 2 o'clock, you could be waiting for a spot for like 4 hours. It is crazy.
Yeah. The competition down there, it's pretty tight. But no, it's great. And look, the thing is, as well as a bit of an earner, it's a way to just develop the strength in your voice and your hands. You know, you're playing.
It's great practice, because like you can practice at home, but when you're busting, you're practicing with a crowd, so you kind of see it. It's actually a good way of judging for covers. Like if I'm doing, say, 3 new songs, I'll play them and I'll kind of judge by how people react if it's good or not, maybe. But I suppose different like venues will have different kind of
yeah, well, that's it. Like obviously, you know, if there's a big difference between doing a lovely gig in a theatre or something where it's a sit down audience and it's a listening audience, and you can really get away with those kind of intimate, slow, you know, emotional songs, whereas when you've got someone's attention for literally like 8 seconds as they're passing, you know, it's like wonder was like
like it can be disheartening at first. Like when I used to go out with just the guitar, it was ridiculous. I think I got pity. People like, who is this 8-year-old kid Michael on the street playing? But then I finally kind of saved up and got equipment, and I had more than 3 songs, which kind of keeps interest in myself, because like if you play the same songs, I think it gets boring for yourself. You don't enjoy it.
Yeah, exactly.
Then, like every time I go out, I have 3 new songs, hopefully, and I'm like, oh, this is great, and then it'll kind of wear off. So I have to learn more to kind of keep that like kind of rush of like enjoying it.
What's your favourite stuff? Who are your favourite artists and things like that?
It's a difficult one, because I'd say a lot of people would have one artist. Like I remember, probably a good few years ago, all I'd listened to was Ed Sheeran, and I was like, "Oh, this is great! This is great!" No, I know.
Is he new?
Yeah, I know. He's new. He's recently on the scene. He's he's an indie artist. He's kind of, not many people know about him. He's kind of hipster.
I'll have to look into him.
Oh, you should look into him. So I listened a lot to that. Yeah. I was like, "Oh, this is great. This is really good." And then I'm like, "Oh, look at me."
Yeah.
Because like, I don't want to be throwing shade on anyone who busks, because like everyone who busks is like, it's a huge, anyone who plays anything like
it's a huge amount of courage,
because it is a huge amount of courage, because like you're kind of putting yourself out there for people to
big time
take the barrier, like, but I think because I'm a ginger kid with a guitar, I used to play Ed Sheeran songs, and unfortunately I think in Graptree that's what gets the most attention. But for instance, today I was out going to the protest, whatever, and it was a lot of people. Were laughing, because there was loads of people. It was like loads of people. But some guy at the end of the road was playing Perfect.
Yeah.
And so it was the weirdest thing ever. And as I got up the road, he went out of earshot. The next guy was playing Perfect, but he was playing like the exact same part. So it was like he continued on from the other guy, and it was crazy. And I was kind of like,
Did you know? This is the first time we've had this. Myself and Al, we were walking down Grafton Street one time. The exact same thing happened with Hallelujah.
Yeah.
One busker halfway down the road. It could have been the same.
It's
dude.
Mad. It is crazy. It is crazy. You know? But I think you need to throw in at least one. I don't need to do that anymore, because like if I played like, oh, you're like Ed Sheeran, or which is great to be compared to, was kind of like if I ever, the dream would be to make it big, but if I ever did, you wouldn't want your whole team like, it's Ed Sheeran's cousin.
Now I have to edit this. Now I have to believe it. It's fine.
Sorry.
We have a great little noise we'll put in for you. Don't worry. When you're establishing yourself as an original artist that is defined, in an interesting way. The comparisons I went to were people like I said earlier, James Vincent McMorrow or Jeff Buckley, things like that. Just because you got that lovely high voice.
Thank you.
And that control over it, it's amazing. Which Ed Sheeran doesn't have, by the way. He can do a few falsetto stuff, but you've got a better falsetto than him. It's just a fact.
And like one of the great things about Ed Sheeran, which I think that's probably the most important thing in music nowadays, is writing. Like the songs he writes, and like even when you hear a song on the radio and then you find that he wrote it, even if it's not his, it's just like they are great songs.
Maker.
They are great songs. So I would have more covers than originals, because like I haven't been doing it. Of course, but when it comes to covers, I try to kind of do songs that you'd hear and you'd be like, oh, that's a good song, but like you wouldn't think of it, if you know what I mean. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Like Take On Me is fun. I do the slow down version that they did a few years ago.
I saw it. He didn't do the super high notes in that live version.
And I
was very disappointed.
I thought I'd throw it in, so I do the
high part. High notes. Yeah, good.
And I try to do like a good mix of everything. Like I do like Raglan Road with a few old Irish songs and Grace, and then I'll do like Somebody Used to Know. That's one, and then I do this thing like a Queen mashup. So I'll do Bohemian Rhapsody, and I'll go until I Want to Break Free. And I think it's kind of, I don't know, I think it's just something different. And then I used to do Ed Sheeran songs every now and then. Like I remember once I was actually playing and someone asked me to sing for Proposal. And that actually got in the Independent, which is mad. So I played perfect for that. That was, that was a good few months ago. I don't know exactly when. I don't know exactly. I'm awful with like dates.
Yeah, but it's like you've only been doing it since August, you know. So it's not like geez, that's back 1970.
I'd say it was like couple of months ago. Couple of months ago.
Anyway, did she say yes or whatever? Or he? I shouldn't presume, should I?
He proposed. That's really nice. It was around the corner from Graf Street. This like cool little lane, and he's like all Mexicana, I think his name is. He's a huge like Mexican artist. So they had like this cool mural on the wall, which would have been pretty awkward if she said no. But they had a cool mural on the wall, and she would walk down, and I was just like a busker playing randomly, and then when she got to like right in front of me, I'd start playing Perfect.
Oh my
and then, like,
god!
He came around the corner with all his family, and they had like candles as that night. It was so like amazing. God. Yeah, that was really cool.
That's insane.
Yeah, that was really nice.
Are you playing at the wedding?
I have never got the call back.
Oh man, get them wedding dollars.
I might be playing a wedding actually.
Yeah.
I might play in a wedding because I was busking once and someone came up. We'll see. And they came up and they were like, I was wondering if you could play for my wedding. And I was like, Jesus, that'd be... Yeah. I was like, okay. And they're like, if you're done for, I was like, no, I signed for a proposal. My dad was like, that's not what she's talking about.
Yeah.
She's like, what was like your charge? And I kind of panicked because I don't know. I was like, and I started looking at my dad. I was like, I don't know what to do. So I was just saying like, I'd even do it for experience. So they would. And she was like, oh no, like we'll pay you something. I was like, all right, fair enough. So we've kind of been back and forth.
Good. Brilliant, so, excellent. Sorry, I'm so jaded. Like I'm like, get that money. But get yourself some business cards, man.
That's definitely need some business cards.
Like comic books. What's that guy out of X-Men who fires cards?
Gambit. Yeah.
Be like Gambit with business cards.
Even if they don't want it, just please.
Yeah. And they explode. Don't Gambits explode or something?
Yeah. Maybe no.
Yeah,
okay. Skill.
If they don't book you, it's like. Right, listen, I'm going to actually talk to young Martin here all night. I got his name right and everything. But we've got to wind it up. But listen, tell us a little bit about the song people are about to hear that we are about to play.
Yeah, so the song you're going to hear is called Hold Me Tight. It's my latest song. I wrote it, I'd say, last week.
At least buy me a drink. Well, what's the song called? No, sorry, I'm terrible. Go on. You finished it last week?
I finished it last week. Yeah, I wrote it in about 2 weeks. It's one of my favourite. I've written like personally. It's about my girlfriend.
Yeah. Well, you have one that you have now.
Yeah.
Okay, sweet.
The one I don't have now. I'm not doing like it changes every few weeks.
Gotta get you in trouble.
It was. What was it? So today's Friday, so it was 7 months yesterday, which to me is like a long time.
It's a pretty long time.
It's a lot of
You're
people.
17. That's like 5% of your life or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It sounds good.
I dropped out at 16. I don't know percentages.
Well, yeah, I think it's so it's pretty much just like kind of a sappy song, but hopefully not too bad. But the chorus, like, hold me tight, don't think of letting go, I'm terrified of all the things I can't control. I feel like one of them, do some of those Genius videos was like break down the lyrics.
Yeah. There'd be people going, what do you actually mean? It's actually about like World War II and like,
I think it's pretty much like, I don't know, being in a relationship and kind of, I don't know what scares me, kind of, because like you can't control everything, obviously. It's like, the fact that anything.
Speak for yourself. Sorry, I'm like ruining everything.
It's like such a sassy, like, it's like, this is what you think. It's like, I hate this song.
You might not be able to control everything about your relationships.
This song makes no sense. I don't know, because just the fact that, I don't know, like with anything, a lot of things are out of control. You take for granted now and now where it's like, oh yeah, this isn't here anymore, which is kind of,
enjoy the moment.
Pretty much enjoy the moment,
Well, it's great. Maybe one day there'll be a young man singing this at a proposal.
Yeah,
and you'll be doing whatever
like
tunes do.
trashing me. I'm like, who's this 8-year-old kid trashing me?
Yeah, like I really like and respect Martin McDonnell, but you know, this is like when you're like 30 and you're like a millionaire, you know. All right, listen, thanks so much for coming in. Really, really good to talk to you. Really like your music, and keep doing it. And I'm sure we'll hear from you again. Keep it up, man,
yeah, man.
and enjoy. What's the song called? Hold Me Tight. Right,
I had to think about it for a second. You remember the 408 as well.
Yeah, well, there's a first tonight anyway. So do enjoy Hold Me Tight. And listen, on Facebook and Instagram, what's the best place
if you look up Martin McDonnell Music, if you look at it on Google, I'm on everything.
And it's MC, no A?
McDonnell.
Yeah,
so
excellent.
Well, thanks very much for having me.
Not a bother, absolute pleasure. And
thank you very much.
Everyone listening, do go find Martin McDonnell's music online and enjoy this tune of his.
Thank you, hope you enjoy.
Two hearts connected, mine and yours is one. And I'm thinking a lot about the sound of your voice. What a beautiful noise. And your eyes just like the ocean, so deep that I get lost in. And I never wish to be found, not when you're around. Haven't told you, darling, hold me now. Haven't showed you what it's all about. This world can be a dark place, and there's bad things coming our way. So hold me for another day and say, hold me tight. Don't you think of letting go. I'm terrified of all the things I can't control. Hold me tight. Don't you think of letting go. I'm terrified of all the things I can't control. When I'm feeling down, you pick me off the ground and put me on my feet and kiss me tender sweet and look into my eyes, surprised at what you find. It's always on my mind, the words you cannot hide. Hold me tight. Don't you think of letting go. I'm terrified of all the things I can't control. Don't you think of letting go. I'm terrified of all the things I can't control.
Martin McDonnell. And he's been oohing ever since.
He has, yeah. He's never stopped. Last time we met him, it was actually just the same ooh continuing.
He's oohed crowds around the world.
Yeah, I also like the fact that you wrote "hold 'em tight" on, instead of "hold me tight."
Where does it say that?
Martin McDonnell. Hold 'em tight. Martin McDonnell.
It sounds like a Marty Robinson song or something. Hold 'em tight. About bullets or guns or
poker and bullets.
Yeah, something. Okay, so we've got another song coming up now. Duke Dimez with his song Crackpot Dealer, Spotify playlisted track, hip hop track. He's got it doing a show tonight with the Crack Collective. Is that what they call it?
Cartel.
Crack Collective. the Crack
Duke Dimez in the Crack Collective.
The Crack Collective. Duke Dimez with Don Cobbs and Maggie Longlegs and a whole host of excellent rappers performing tonight at the Underground. Tickets are €10 if there are still even any, because I shouldn't say that because no one will go down, but I think there's still a few tickets left.
Definitely still tickets.
And then the other thing is I think it starts around 8, 9 o'clock, something like that, and it should be a great crack. Get down and hear a lot more of this. This is Duke Dimez with Crackpot Dealer.
Yeah, listen, know what it is. Street. Yeah, it's the crackpot dealer, handsome geezer, smoking on a damn strong reefer. So I don't worry about the haves and the have-nots either. Bruv, won't be chatting grease when the gang come see ya. When the gang come see ya. Won't be chatting grease when the gang come see ya. Like, looking like money, I'm looking like euros. Funny, came a long way from fights outside the Robertos. Got the gas a full blast turbo, raced in the fire, that's inferno. Never rated us, now we all curveballs. Might visit ISIS way out in Puerto. At the party with all the boys and the girls. If it ain't about that P or that's dirt, bro. Since they blazing the herbs lows, and my ex said have a disturbed soul, but that's how it is. On the block, been around a bit. Ask anybody, yeah, I'm down with grit. I don't accept no deals unless it sounds legit. Where they spacemen always got a hound and fib. You'll get smoked just like an ounce of piff. You can't handle the young scoundrels drip in the house with my bitch just chilling on a roll like I'm billing. Call me a murderer, cause we making the killing. Never take no loss, I'm a real boss winning. Duke Dimez just that villain. Day one brothers back home and they still doing drillings. I'm like, the world, that's how I'm feeling. It's the crackpot dealer, handsome geezer, smoking on a damn strong reefer. So I don't worry about the haves and the have-nots either. Bruv, won't be chatting grease when the gang come see ya. When the gang come see ya. Won't be chatting grease when the gang come see ya. Like, see the strength, no weakness. Claim to see these men are aegis. They don't make sense when they're speaking. Knack at them, so I leave them bleeding. One shot to the jaw, knock back like a rocket pure. Don't want it with my squad, we raw, taking drugs, dust till dawn. See the hate, well, it all. Call my dogs and you'll get mauled. Most my f***ups, all my fault. But now it's time to war, yeah. Straight up on the rampage, getting blazed, bruv, yeah, sipping champagne. You derate us, well, that's a damn shame. I'm done with the fake love, no more bad days. Why do you listen to what they say? I'ma do me regardless. Getting reloads at a cipher like I banged in a whole new cartridge. Yeah, I'm always one to start. I ain't got nothing to brush under the carpet. I used to be heartless, now I'm trying to find where my heart is. Cause it's the crackpot dealer, handsome geezer, smoking on a damn strong reefer. So I don't worry about the haves and the have-nots either. Bruv, we'll be chatting grease when the gang come see ya. When the gang come see ya, yeah. We'll be chatting grease when the gang come see ya.
Duke Dimez there with Crackpot Dealer, and he is doing a show tonight in the Underground. So do get down. We've got time for one more tune, ladies and gentlemen. All Night Long is the name of the song. It's Frank Hutchison. We'd like to thank you very much for joining us once again on Rhythm and Roots here on Near FM 90.3. And from myself and Al, have a great night. And do tune in next week. We will be back Friday, 4:30 p.m.
And you can have another great night.
Have another great night. Good night.
Bye.
My sweetheart went away last night. That's why she's so on time. Every time she goes away, she's always on my mind all night long. Well, it's all night long. All night long. That's I've been dreaming all night long. From midnight on. All night long. Never returning. Mom's baby crying all night long. My sweetheart went away last night. I don't know what to do. Every time she goes away, I feel so awfully blue. All night long, all night long, all night long. That's I've been dreaming. I'm dreaming of you. All night long, ever returning. Mama's baby crying all night long. Well, I went to the dance last night and I walked up to the hall. I peeped into the window, there's another man in my stall all night long.